And as you follow the beautiful colors of that bubble, and you go higher and higher, tell me, where do all these hues go to when they get together like this? Tell me a little bit about the energy of this combination when they actually unify as one.
So first of all, they were showing me hot air balloons with all the multiple colors. And we all look up when we see a hot air balloon, don't we?
Mm.
We love seeing all the colors in the sky, and they're showing me desert, and there's millions of us that are looking up at these millions of hot air balloons. And the hot air balloons going up and up and up, and we're all noticing the different colors, the ones that are standing back. And they're showing me that every single hot air balloon is a single cell, a single atom, a single molecule. Hence they're talking about millions, millions standing on the ground, yet millions of hot air balloons going up. And a hot air balloon needs the fire to go up, doesn't it? And it's interesting because they're showing me this connection, this energetic connection that you're talking about, is where we're all looking up towards our teams, our spirit teams. And it's almost as if the hot air balloons are also us as humans. So with these multitude of colors, with all this light inside of us, this fire inside of us, and the fire ignites the hot air balloon to go up, up, up. Yet the hot air balloons are looking down, and as they're looking down at all of us millions or billions on the human planet, it's interesting how there's a darkness on the human planet. And they're saying that whether we look up or whether we look down, it's how we perceive life to be. Are we looking up to all the colors, or looking down towards the dark? And they're saying it's important that I express how you helped me to become my light body. And at first, it's almost as if I didn't want to allow the light to let go of this matter, of this body, this physical body. And initially my body felt heavy, but then as you guided me to connect, and showed me the light bulb process, every single cell lit up and everything became light. And I had my spirit body here, and my spirit body was looking down on my human body, and they're saying it's one of the same, but they're giving us the visual of the colors of the hot air balloons, of the light conductors, of the light of source. Source is only light, source is only oneness, source is only connection. Nothing else exists in between. Yet if we look down at ourselves, we create the doom and gloom. We create what we would term the darkness, Jill. And they're saying that this is a time, and this has been shared over and over again within humanity, for us to start looking up, for us to start noticing. They're saying, didn't they share with us last week that we are all miracles?
Mm.
And in the vastness of the infinite, of light. Miracles is the only existence of who we are. We are individually, cellularly recreating within this vessel, within this body. Every single moment of every single minute, a cell is dying off. Millions of cells are dying within our bodies, yet millions of cells are regenerating. And they're smiling and saying, do you see how simple it is? How this organism, how this body knows exactly what to do if we give it the time and space. If we create through our breath. And as they took that big breath for me and I expanded my rib cage, it created space in my body like you created space for me. Yet you gave me a visual to think about, to focus on. And they're saying this is the importance of this message today, that they're going to give us a visual on what to focus on for these times of change.
Okay, so that's great. So we obviously have the dark and the light, and I think Source, correct me if I'm wrong, is both light and dark, because we don't know there's dark unless we've got the light. So where am I going with this? Are we then given the dark so that we can then decide whether we choose the dark or the light?
Correct.
So this is a time for lifting and
Yes.
being shown, yet there is light. So that if we do gravitate towards that and choose that, we can leave the drama behind when we choose differently.
Correct. It is about our individual choices. And they're saying that it is as simple as myself choosing to wear my pink jersey and my blue and white scarf. And they're saying that it was a choice. As I'd previously had a blue jacket on, but I knew that the mouthpiece would rub against the material of the blue jacket. And they're saying it's if I grab this mouthpiece, this is a choice of grabbing, or it's a choice of placing it. And they're saying they want to be clear that many humans are frustrated, hence they're rubbing my nose. They're very frustrated with themselves and the choices that they are currently making or have not made. And they're saying that most of us as humans live in the past. We wish we could go back. We wish we could go back. We wish we could take back our words of hurt. We wish we could take back our words of hurt and pain. We wish we could have done life differently. And they're saying that in the existence of Source, Source is only deep into the interconnectedness of light. And they're saying it's very, very, very important as to how they share this message. Source is only the interconnectedness of light. There is no darkness in Source energy. Nothing. Nothing. Nothing exists within the dark. They're saying, remember the Big Bang Theory? Remember the meteorite that hit Earth and created darkness and took out everything? And they're saying remember because we would remember. It's been shown to us. There have been theories around it, many different theories. And they're saying the importance of the validation of us as a single organism, us as human beings, is where it is time to start looking to source, to the light. As in the light, no darkness exists. And they're showing me once again, looking up to the hot air balloons, how children or parents would say, look, 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 look into the sky. Or a shooting star. Look, 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 did you see the shooting star? And they're saying, isn't this an incredible time to be alive? This is an incredible wisdom. This is an incredible moment of choice. You and I, they're saying, have the choice to bring this information forward or not. Yet we feel and we know that it is important to keep sharing the light. And they want to acknowledge you, Jill.
Okay. Yep.
They say that it is important for a time, or for this time, to acknowledge you, to acknowledge the teams that have come together, and they're not going to individualize anybody specifically. They say, but they want to acknowledge you as you have questioned and wondered and pondered for a very long time about these times, as you have had a strong knowing, haven't you?
Yes.
And yet you had chosen to keep quiet, perhaps at times out of fear of judgment. They're saying, but the teams collectively, and they're saying, you know what the teams are and who the teams are. These teams collectively all hold infinite wisdom inside of themselves. And they're saying that this is through your light. This is through my light. This is through their light. And they are mentioning the three as the three: the way, the truth, and the light. And we collectively are in our own portal right now. Are you aware of that?
Mm-mm.
Every time they say we have these connections, we are in our own portal, and the vibration within the different vortexes are and they're just pausing for a moment. And they're saying it's important, as you may not have heard this, yet I heard it. My dog Star got up and she shook. And she's decided to go to another part of the room. And they're saying this is what happens.
She's trying to get out through the door.
That is okay. But they're saying that she has a choice to go through another door. And they're saying, but part of these ripple effects, these vibrational hues that we bring through in these portals of light, is, as the animal that she is, she will now find a different way. The one door's closed,
Yes.
another door will open.
Yeah.
And they're saying it's very important that they share this with us, that it is about the belief systems that have been deeply ingrained inside of us, not here, but inside of our souls, inside of our Merkabahs, inside of our keys of light, because we are all keys of light. Hence, you know, you are smiling, as you are well aware of this.
Yeah, and I'm thinking how awesome of Star to just arrive at that particular time and give us such a great little lesson. What a star!
Correct. And they're saying that you've got a few questions for them today. So
Yes,
please keep going.
thank you. So the one that I wanted to ask, and you just brought it up just shortly about portal and vortexes. Are you able to tell us what is the difference between a portal and a vortex?
They're saying they sure can. So they've just given me a picture of the Roadrunner. Do you remember the Roadrunner? Beep, beep.
Yeah.
And the vortex is as quick as the Roadrunner. You see the Roadrunner lift, and then you see it's speed of light. It's quick. And they're giving us this description so that those who know the Roadrunner will have an understanding as to how quick a vortex can shift. And they're saying it's also a different timeline. We can shift timelines when we go from one vortex to another. It's very quick. A portal is an opening, and it spirals. They're showing me it spirals. And it spirals, and they're showing me that it goes both ways. And they're saying right now with my hands, they're showing me and you and those watching how a portal can open and how we can be transmuted into a different timeline. And they're saying what happens with a portal, it's almost as if our spirit is pulled, like you did with that simple exercise with me, but our spirit is pulled, and then the physical body takes time to go into the portal. A portal, or specific portals, are opening up around the world into different galaxies. There are galactic connections that are happening in these portals. And they're saying this is why we are learning more about the fact that we are not only these human bodies, that we are more, that our spirit is vast, our spirit is massive. And they're showing me the 12th dimension, 11th, 10th, but they said the dimensions go up until the 21st dimension. And this is how vast our spirit is. Hence, we are so interconnected into so much. And this is where we can feel the vibration of the different vortexes. So they're saying, as an example, have you ever met someone or walked past somewhere and you get that chill? That chill is a vortex that's in that moment. And people, humans, can be vortexes. They're saying this is a lot of information, and some of it may not make sense to many today. They're saying quantum physicists are rediscovering so much of the universal non-understandings. That there's so much information that is not being understood in the way that their messages are being delivered. So they're showing me a vortex is, if you were to take a DNA strand and let's say a DNA strand was this big, and you could squeeze it, Jill, you could turn it like a face cloth and squeeze water out of it. That is a vortex. And then it can be recalibrated and reopened up, but it can have a pull to it. Hence it happens very quickly. And that's where we will be thrown off our equilibrium. Whereas a portal is an opening. And we often feel when we're standing still, when a portal opens. I say that you and I have both been in different portals at Castle Hill. We were well aware of a portal that was already opening when our group had booked the gathering at Castle Hill. The portal was waiting for us. They're asking, has this been clear enough?
So is that like a calling that you have to be somewhere?
Correct.
To go into, so is a portal just an opening of energy, like to transfer your energy through a big, like I'm seeing like a big hole in the sky as say a portal, and so you all get pulled to that particular energy and then you go through.
Yes, the shift happens on the outside, so the energy is pulled. Hence, there are teachings or teachers that are teaching about how it has to happen in spirit before it happens in the physical body, because we've chosen this body, which is a mass body, which is matter, hence it's heavy. And they're saying that we are called to the portals, but the portals call us too. And they're saying that that's where the shift, the belief systems that we all have, is where when we start to realize that we're more than these physical vessels, that the shift, even those who are so sick within their bodies, the shift happens out there. Hence we talk about the lineage, hence we talk about the ancestral, hence we talk about the intergenerational. You and I spoke about patterns earlier on. And they're saying that the patterns are already encrypted in the portals of light.
Yeah.
And then the portal reshifts our vibration, like they are shaking me right now.
Yeah.
And we're not taught this as human beings. So hence what they're saying is it's so important, and to give the explanation of how a lion chases a buck, how Star shook. When the buck gets away from a lion, the buck shakes. It shakes and it reshifts its vibration in that moment. We, being human, have nervous systems, and the connection, everything is interwired. So they're saying what happens is the portal opens, the energy is going out, yet the energy has already been transferred, hence as above, so below. So the energy is already being transmuted within the different portals. And we may feel as if we're in different vortexes or different timelines. And that's where we also may feel as if we are off our equilibrium or
Okay,
being squeezed.
So it's like the highway is the vortex. No, the car is the vortex, but the highway is the portal.
Correct.
Does that make sense?
The portal supersedes the highway. The portal supersedes the vortex. The vortex is, they want to be clear. The vortex is a change of frequency.
The speed.
Correct. So it's
okay, so it's an aeroplane. So it's an aeroplane going through the big sky. The big sky is the portal, but the aeroplane traveling is the vortex.
Yes, at the same time, and they say this is a great, great, great explanation. So they're thanking you for that. You have two pilots, two, not one pilot in the aeroplane. And they're saying take a standard jumbo aeroplane. And the two pilots are sitting in the cockpit. So the aeroplane has a point, it has a nose, but in the cockpit there are many different buttons and many different lights, systems. And then there's the hostesses, and then they have what we know is first class, business class, and then economy class. So what happens is we all belong in first class, or we all belong in the cockpit, but the cockpit isn't big enough for all of us. But yet if there weren't these different classes of human beings, again they're saying just bear with them, if there weren't all these different classes of human beings, everybody would realize that they're all light and that they all belong in the different portals, instead of being squeezed in the different vortexes.
Okay.
But our classes, not only in the systems and the classrooms, but the class of people has what has created the first class, business class economy, has what has created deception and disgust amongst human beings.
Okay, so we can all go through any portal when we realize that we are
Equal.
we are equal, we have the value to do it. So when we think we don't have that value, we have low self-esteem and we feel less than,
Correct.
then we can't get in the Porsche or the Jag or the Rolls Royce or the whatever, or the portal. So we can only go through the portals where we think we're good enough to be, and that portal will open up for us.
No, they want to correct you.
No?
The portal is always clear. The portal is always open. The portal is source.
Yes.
The portal is always, always, always crystalline clear, is what they're
Yes.
saying.
Yes.
So when we are at an inner peace within our own source of knowingness, within our own, they're saying, no, I've got to say it like that, with our owning of ourselves, the portals, and they're saying portals, are all individual humans. We are all portals of light. But we've been led to believe, as you and I already were talking earlier on, about there are many different patterns within these portals. So we are all portals of light. We don't have to become anything more. We don't have to be anything more. We don't have to own anything more in order to be in the portal. You and I and Source is in this portal right now. Those listening to this will be in a portal themselves, in this portal. They're saying, yet the vortexes can fray us, as we can be thrown out of our portals due to the different classes and due to the different belief systems and due to the different finger pointing backgrounds that we all come from.
Okay, I get it. I'm beginning to understand it so much better. Thank you. Because so now I'm sort of seeing that when you've always told us meditation was important, it's because when you meditate, you're out of your judgment and you're in the portal.
Correct.
And I suppose when you're in the point of stillness like that, that's when you can jump. You can have that absolute aha moment, rather than when you're jumping out of your own portal, looking at the drama and the busyness around you. Okay, so you're always in the portal. It's you that choose to get out of the portal with the busyness.
Yes. So they're taking us back to looking up at the hot air balloons or looking down at the darkness. What are we choosing to look at? What are we choosing to be within? They're saying it's so vital to be within. And they're saying that, as you are well aware, yes, we all as souls on a cellular level have different stories, different abilities, hence life would be boring on earth. Yet it's how we are all capable of being in source portal light, source energy. We are source. It never cuts off from us, ever, 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 ever. So again, they're showing how the lion gets away from the buck, and the buck quivers, shakes. We as human beings are learning to shake off what no longer serves us, what no longer resonates with us. And they are mentioning the Tao Te Ching. The Tao is holy. And it has been spoken of and prophesied for a very long time. And they're saying that there are so many wisdoms out there, so many humans that are wise. Hence there's so much remembering happening. Hence there are so many different channelers who are receiving downloads. There are so many different social systems, so much on social media. But where the darkness has been, where the darkness has been looked into, and they're showing me a big submarine with a telescope that comes out the water. And they're saying, just bear with them. A submarine is big and heavy, yet it actually can float up above the water, as does a cruise ship, as does any ship. It almost defies science, doesn't it? Like a bumblebee. How does such a big, massive thing on the ocean stay above the ocean? Besides, obviously, there's a motor or motors with big, big, big fins. And these fins turn. And as these fins are turning, they are creating ripples within the ocean. And they're saying that, again, going back to the submarine, going back to the darkness, are we going to elevate ourselves energetically, emotionally, or are we going to stay within our dark form? Because we can go into the darkness at any time. We can be within the submarine at any time, which will feel, for most of us, impacted or enclosed. As for someone like myself, I like windows, I like light. So even the thought form of being in the darkness of a submarine, even though I haven't been in a submarine, it feels too entrapped for me, too enclosed. And they're saying, look at my hands, where my hands are. They're saying it's how we open ourselves up to exploring. And every adventure is a new adventure. And again, in the portal of light, there is only love. There is only connection. There's nothing else. Nothing else exists. Hence, meditation is important. Quiet is important. Time to ourselves if we have busy lives with busy people or talking to many others. Just to be. When we are just being and listening and captivating our heart beat, we are within the portal of light. They're asking if this makes sense, Jill.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And I wonder, could I, at this point, ask a personal question about portals?
Please do.
So when I was in Peru, I was told that I was the gatekeeper for the portal in Egypt. And I just don't understand what that means. And for me, that's just confusion when I don't know what it means. Are you able to put some light on that for me?
We most certainly can. When one is a gatekeeper, one holds the space, do they not?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking. I'm not sure what it is.
We are giving you the information. It is as if you are a shepherd looking after your flock. And when a shepherd is looking after its flock, It makes sure that the flock is okay. So when one is a gatekeeper, one holds stored information, ancient wisdom of the old, yet of the new. We are letting you know that there will be a disclosure within this trip to Egypt. And there will be, and we have said this to you before, and you were reminded by Michelle yesterday, that there will be those holding space for you. When one is a gatekeeper, they hold light codes, Jill. Are you aware of this?
No.
And the light codes will be revealed to you where you will be able to draw them when you are in Egypt. It may feel like the downloads will not stop for all of you. We are showing Michelle right now a direct connection, and the ancient pharaohs are waiting for you all. There have been many that have been drawn back to Egypt, many of that have been activated in Egypt. Right now we are showing Michelle the second pyramid. And the second pyramid has transmitters around it. Yet deep within the pyramid, hence no one goes there, is a deep. We are aware of our words, as we know how you humans overthink things. There is a subtleness that needs to be removed, an energetic subtleness. It lies deep within the center, the heart center of this pyramid.
Of the second pyramid.
Of the second pyramid. And we are once again showing Michelle how you are all beings of light. And there are beings of light already circling around the pyramid. Massive being. Michelle can explain this to you afterwards. How there's just this golden light coming down each and every one of you, and we all want you to wear white on that day, please. And many of you will be activated in different ways. As the gatekeeper, the change is within. There will be rumblings. There will be chanting. There will be singing. Each of every single one of you are gatekeepers. Hence you have been called to this mission. And the energy coming together between all of you is incredibly powerful. And deep within the second pyramid, there has been an entity that has been holding the darkness in this pyramid. Hence we are asking you to go within. Many of you will feel the chills. Many of you will feel uncertain. Is this the right thing? Why are we doing this? Yet as you stand together, whether you hold hands or you don't, as you stand, you as the gatekeeper will be the first one to start letting go, letting go, letting go, letting go of the old energy. And that will activate the next and the next and the next and the next. None of you are there to second guess yourselves, Jill. At all. Ever. This is a strong bond between all of you. As you are well aware, everyone has played their part up until this point, have they not?
Beautifully.
And may we say that you had felt discouraged for many months around this calling, around this knowing. There was uncertainty as to how it was going to happen.
Yes. I didn't want to do it so quickly.
Correct. Yet has it not been joyful that it has happened so quickly?
Yes, fabulous. But
So,
nerve-wracking that I've been told I've got to do something and I keep on thinking, what if I don't deliver?
well, complacency is a deactivation for many humans. Many humans become complacent and make excuses for themselves within their daily lives, don't they? I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't. Yet in the I can, this is where source energy resides in. I can. Nature never, not ever gives to any of you humans. She is always giving, is she not?
Yes.
So, in this miraculous time of change, this is very necessary for this activation of the being. There are a few beings that have been held captive within this pyramid. Hence, many don't see this pyramid as a beautiful pyramid, as a pyramid to go and visit. Hence, we planted the seed a long time ago that this is a time that is needed, as this activation will create a ripple effect amongst many, many men. It will bring down so much dark forces in and around not only Egypt, but on many different continents. Much will be exposed of what is to come.
So with this activation or activations, will this affect any of the ley lines? Because you've been speaking through Michelle for a while about the ley lines and how they're all connected, and recently in Scotland and Ireland. And I've heard that other people are traveling to those Scotland and Ireland areas specifically for activations. What happens when all of these are activated? What's the next step? So sorry, two questions there. Yeah.
No problem. So the first question is, yes, ley lines. As ley lines are deep, energetic lines that are formulated deep in the center of the universe and earth. And as these ley lines are being activated around the world, not only in the countries that you've mentioned, so there's a conversation, and we'll come back to the second question. There's a conversation that Michelle had prior to you and her meeting up this morning with a heart-centered woman who comes from a cultural background where there is a huge amount of ancient wisdom. Yet the people that live within and reside within China are not heart open. They are head aware. Do you hear how we said that?
Yes, I understand.
So this connection has happened. And this is also a part of the ley lines where there's a deep activation that is very necessary within the center of the earth. China is one of them, where the heart activation is very much needed.
Are they on timelines, these ley lines? Because who put them there? What was the purpose of putting the ley lines there in the first place?
The ancient gods, the beings of light. As you are well aware, everything is connected in the matrix, is it not?
Mm-hmm.
These are similarities to the ley lines. These ley lines are there to bring connection. These ley lines are forces of nature to be reckoned with. They are deep activators that connect to the antennas around the world. So as these connections happen within the ancient wisdom, they were planted many moons ago. And we were giving Michelle the picture of the first man that landed on the moon. That was an activation, was it not?
Well, some say there wasn't a moon landing. That's still to be decided.
You humans and all your theories and disbeliefs. It is a truth. It happened. Yet it's where humans stake their claim, Jill. This is where these ley lines are being reconnected within the grids. Some of the grids have been disconnected as the continents have disconnected, as the continents have become different continents due to earthquakes, tsunamis, cyclones, volcanoes. And yet it is so important for these ley lines to be reactivated in order to reconnect the awareness and alerting and highlighting how strong these ley lines are within the matrices of the universal pull. There's so much that has been disclosed, yet not disclosed.
Mm.
As every human, we will correct that statement. Every government wants to hold the line. They want to hold the forces. They want to stake their claim. These ley lines are there for reconnection. And as they are reopened, the energetic connection is where the shifts happen vibrationally.
In the human?
In the human, the country, the land, and then in the human. Yet it can be seen in the opposite direction. In the human, the land, the country, the ley lines.
Mm.
Energy is always in movement. It's always in flow. Yet humans have been told so many different disbeliefs, which has created so many shutdowns within these ley lines.
So why haven't those ley lines been flowing? Is it because the humans have been shut down?
Correct.
Which comes first, the opening of the ley lines or the opening of the humans? It's like, does the human vibration as they open up activate the ley line? Or, yeah, I get a bit sort of confused sometimes with that whole thing.
All humans have been head heavy, have they not?
Yes, for a while.
Correct. Head heavy. And now as these ley lines are opening, as they are being reactivated, as all of you that were called to go to Castle Hill, there was a reactivation that happened there.
Mm.
There's a reactivation every time there's new information that is found.
Okay, so lots of little lights. So one light goes on, and then the next light goes on, and then the next
Exactly.
light goes on until you've got a massive party.
Exactly the same way that you saw it as you were putting Michelle into this deep hypnosis.
Yeah. Oh, so
As
that's
you-
why you gave me that. You gave me
Correct.
that specifically because I've never done a induction like that before.
Correct. So as the light bulb has the glass encased around, yet the simple
Filament. Yeah.
tiny filaments are the ones. It is as if you take iron filings and then you take a magnet. All the iron filings will be around, and they are tiny, 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 even to the look of the eye. Yet you take a magnet and you sweep, and all the iron filings will be gravitated towards the magnet.
Yes.
This is how it works.
Oh, okay.
Simple, isn't it?
It's all as simple when you know how, hey?
Correct.
Okay, so the other thing I wanted to ask is a single person doing an activation or a group doing an activation. How come some only need one person to do an activation or work on a grid, and then in other times they asked for a whole group to be there?
This is a great question. It depends on how we are aware of how we bring this information through. As many will think with their heads that I am the one, I am the one, I am the one, I am the one. Hence, I am the power. And we are not saying that humans are not the power. Certain humans are led to be taken into certain parts of the world for these activations. And it is not right, it is not wrong, it is not good, it is not bad. Yet from where we are at and how we are coming through, Michelle, right now, there are better, deeper, more powerful activations with more humans. Think of it as prayer, Jill. When there are humans in trouble and those other humans ask others to pray for a specific human or someone in hospital, the prayer is focused to that specific human. And there is strength, there is power in that energy being directed, is it not?
Okay, so the vision I'm getting is basically you've got a room and you've got one light bulb and you can see the light, but if you've got 10 light bulbs on, that's so much brighter and lighter.
Yes, and there's another way of thinking of it, is if you had a generator and you attach the generator or a car battery and you attach the car battery to one light bulb, the light bulb would explode, would it not?
Woohoo, I see where you're going with this.
Yes. Sometimes it depends on the human and the alignment of where the human is coming from. And notice how we are touching Michelle's chest. So again, there are forces, some dark forces that lead certain human beings. Notice how we said that, lead certain human beings. Yet when humans come together and they energetically are coming from a space of disempowerment, when humans are disempowered, they only have each other, Jill. And yet there is so much creation in the having each other, in the togetherness of the oneness. So again, when the energy is focused in the gathering, in the get-together, when it is focused, and your energy will be focused, not only yours, your energies will be focused on what is being required once you land in the energy of Egypt. You will all know already there are, Michelle has felt it in her body. She is going through an upgrade right now. You are going through an upgrade. Peter's going through it. Many of you are already starting to feel into the energy of what, hence there is this vibration of unsureness at times, hence the questioning.
Yes.
Yet the portal is open, the portal is calling you all already. And hence there is power within groups. Hence it is remarkable that many of you are listening to the information that is coming through. Not only this group. Many of you are feeling the calling, feeling the calling, feeling the calling. And when there is a group conductor, the orchestra plays out beautifully.
Well, I'm happy to hand over that to you guys and you can be the conductor. So I can just play my little tune. I'll be quite happy with that. I'm not fond of the responsibility. That's always what makes me a little bit apprehensive, just never wanting to disappoint.
There's no responsibility. Please know that, Jill. There is no disappointment. You are all going, are you not?
Yes.
And as you are all going, we are not saying to you for one moment, this is what you have to take on board.
So we just lean on each other and just enjoy it.
Correct. This is a part of what you are learning, Jill. It is okay to lean on others. It is okay to have the support of others.
Fantastic.
When a human is told that they are a leader, a person who is a leader takes on that role very strongly, do they not?
Some do, yeah.
As a commander, as a human being who is able to steer a ship, no matter what the ship looks like, no matter where the ship is from. Yet, again, we give you the description of the pilots. The pilots have trained to fly the plane.
So that's why they're flying it, not the passenger.
Well, the passengers trust the pilots, do they not?
Yeah, they should. Well, I should hope so, otherwise they wouldn't be getting on board.
At the same time, the passengers are trusting the human beings that put the plane together.
Yes.
You see? The
Yes.
collective. You have forgotten about the collective, Jill.
Yes, and then the hosties are playing their part by feeding and watering you.
Correct.
And the baggage handlers are carrying the baggage. Yeah.
Correct. And the people that pumped up the tires.
Yeah.
And the people that fueled the aeroplane.
Yeah, huge team.
And the people that you all walked up to within the airports. And the security in the airports. And the people who are looking after the cars in the airports and the information centers. It's all a part of the team. Yet you humans do not think like that. You humans think of yourselves singly.
Yeah.
This is not the way. This is the responsibility, Jill.
Oh no, that's awesome. It's so wonderful to know it's team then, and then I just can just let go and stop worrying about letting people down. Yeah, that's been carrying it. I've been feeling heavy about that just in case I, don't do something properly.
Well, what is the worst that could happen, Jill? This is how you were programmed. Carry the teapot like this. Make sure you don't miss a bit of the tea on the saucer.
Yeah.
As a young girl, this is how you were taught, were you not? Make sure everything is placed this way. Make sure you look pretty. Make sure your bows in your hair are correct.
Yeah.
One can't be worse than the other. One can't be off-center than the other.
Heaven forbid.
Correct. Yet, what is the worst that you could imagine in your mind right now in Egypt?
Like nobody feels absolutely anything at all, and it's like, ugh, what was that all about?
Aha. Yet this is not possible. As hence you have taken it upon yourself. You have forgotten that you have team members, Jill.
So the other question is that's been bothering me. Not bothering me. It's just I've been contemplating it. And this is when I don't understand how this thing works, is that we have you guys that we are channeling now that are part of our team and the greater teams and the part of the collective of all that is. So why do you need humans to go and do an activation in the second pyramid? Why can't you guys just do it?
As you are the conductors and we are the orchestra. You are the human conductors. Your light shines light with many others. And as your light shines light with many others are ignited. Their light bulbs are ignited. This is not only about the second pyramid. Please know this, Jill. We have given you this date. We have given you the time for this activation. Yet again, it is about when you leave New Zealand, when Michelle leaves New Zealand. You be the light that you want to be within the world. Yes, we are playing a part. We are playing our part. And as we are playing our part by delivering the messages through this portal, it is almost as if you are playing a game of chess. There is the black and the white and the black. Yet, it is a team effort. And again, when you leave, your light will be spread from one country to the next country to the next country, as you're all coming from different parts of the world. And this is where the orchestra comes together. So we are the conductor, yet we are the orchestra. And the ancient wisdom is wanting to be spoken of. The ancient wisdom is where the wisdom lies within, does it not, Jill?
It does, yes.
And yet you humans come and you take these roles so strongly on, which is plausible. Yet at the same time, this is a time to have fun in these activations.
Yeah.
And as you have fun in these activations, as you reconnect and see each other and hug each other and be with each other, there is a oneness that happens, and so much dissolves in the anxiety of what is our part.
Yes, our role. Yeah.
Correct. As this is where it is about having the fun.
So just to let go. And so basically saying we don't really realize who we are because we're so stuck in our little 3D bodies that we don't see the bigger picture, but let the bigger part of us just do whatever it's going to do.
Absolutely, 150,000 million trillion %, Jill. I hope we got that clear through to everybody that is listening.
Okay, let me see if I've got anything else here that needs... no, I've done portals and activations and ley lines and single groups and human vessels.
All will be revealed in time. All will be revealed in time. As you humans have a way of wanting to know. We have to know. We have to know. And when we have to know, we'll have the dice in our hands and we'll roll the dice. It's not about that.
And do you know what I find so amusing is that the reason that I had such a resistance to the 26th of October when Michelle mentioned that and I went into a panic was because about 2 years ago, Shihira told me it'll be 2026. So maybe there's the 26.
You humans get stuck on vortexes and timelines and dates.
Yes.
And yet what you've forgotten is to be in the present moment.
Yes.
That was then. This is now. And who knew at that time what was going to be conspired?
That is 100%. Wow.
How do you grow, Jill? How do humans grow?
By being in the flow.
By being in the flow, but by being activated to do something different.
Okay.
And if you were not activated to do something different, you would carry on with your day-to-day life, would you not?
Okay, so that's why maybe it was a good thing when I went to Peru that I had no idea what was going to happen. There were no
Absolutely.
expectations.
Now you are being set up, set up. And as you
Yes,
have been set up, you are not in the flow of life. You are not in trust of yourself. You are not in trust
yes,
of your team. You are not, you are thinking, believing, taking on that I am the chief. And everyone looks up to the chief for guidance. Yet, in order to be the chief has many feathers, and many colors are in the feathers. So many birds, and we are giving you the understanding of a Sioux chief, an ancient warrior, a chief, an Indian chief. When he wears his beautiful headdress, there are many, many, many feathers within the headdress. So you are finding your wings is where we are going with this, Jill. You are all finding your wings in trusting in yourselves. We are entrusting you with these messages, are we not?
yes.
We are entrusting you with the questions. You are entrusting us
Yeah.
with the answers that are coming through.
But
So
I
we
never
see,
think, sorry to interrupt you, I never think of myself as a chief. That's why that felt a heavy responsibility for me.
well, everyone is a chief. Yet when the ego plays itself out, everyone decides, I am the chief, I am the chief, I am the chief, I am the chief. It is a chant, I am a chief, I am a chief. Yet it is how you humans have been told or taught. Look up to the chief because the chief holds all the wisdom. Yet this is not true. Each and every single one of you are miracles. Each and every
Yes,
single one of you are chiefs. Each and every single
yes.
one of you deserves to have the headdress being put onto you. Yet in the messages that are being received, you are different, Jill, to where you were 2 years ago, are you not?
I am. Yeah,
We would say that you are softer inside of yourself.
yeah, I
You
think
have
so.
you have more
More
of
compassion for others.
correct. And you see how it is all evolved within the inner wisdom, within
Mm.
the timing of your portal of light, Jill.
Okay, very good. 10 out of 10, guys. You guys are the best. You're just the best.
And so are all of you, Jill, as this is a coming together, a collaboration between all of us. It is a symbiotic relationship. And when there is a symbiotic relationship, there is no judgment. There only is a space of love, of kindness, of compassion, of holding one another, of trust. Humans are relearning to trust one another. This is where the key of light exists, Jill. This is where the gatekeeper opens up the door and sees that everyone is of the light.
Mm.
We could say right now, Michelle is the chosen one, you are the chosen one, we are the chosen one, that one's the chosen one, that one's the chosen one. And everyone becomes the rooster. And roosters fight, do they not, Jill?
Well, then you'll never have any eggs laid if everybody's the rooster.
Correct. So it depends on how you interpret the information coming through.
Yeah.
Yet in the symbiotic relationship of the oneness, in the microcosm, in the macro, in the change of being seen, is where we say, for you human beings, that this is a time of noticing each other, of
Mm.
showing up for each other, of being acceptance of one another. Your mission for the discourse was your mission at that time. This has not been a mission, has it, Jill?
Oh, it's been such a joy.
This has been where you and Michelle say, okay, can we do it now? And you're in the flow.
Mm.
That was then, this is now. And when now is now, is now is now. And the now is then the then. And the then is then the now. Everything is in the present moment, Jill.
I just can't believe how everything just came together for this. It's just unbelievable.
Well, it is believable. We'll change your words, Jill.
Yeah.
It is believable. As in the disbelief or non-belief of source is where many humans are relearning that everything lies within source, within inside of themselves, within inside of their cells. How amazing is that, Jill?
It's so amazing. And you know what I think is so delicious is that because you come through, Michelle, like this, we have now gathered these most awesome people, these humans in all their different colors, in all their vibrancy, as our listeners who are participating as our big family and our tribe. It's so wonderful to interact with these people that we only know them online, and some of them have got different names online, like Sky Heart or something, you know, instead of saying Susan or Bert. And I'm so looking forward to actually meeting these beautiful souls actually in person. So thank you so much for bringing all these words together that we can share them and enjoy them so much.
We thank you, Jill, and may we plant another seed.
Yes.
Brace yourself, Jill. Hold tight.
No! No, too soon. My nervous system.
Strap yourself in, Jill.
Yep.
There will be another 2 revisits to Hawaii next year. And it may be with a different team or similar team. You and Michelle are launching Earth Masters on a bigger scale than you can both comprehend right now.
Oh, that's exciting.
Correct. So keep the inner truth. Keep the inner love. Keep the flow. And know that there is a huge amount of being in the moment next year, as you have been with Egypt. Egypt is teaching you to know that things can be done quickly within a vibration of heart.
Yes.
Simple.
Thank you for that.
Even how you're one member of your team, and we would love to share our love with her, your beautiful fellow Egyptian, who is of pure heart, has been giving of her time, of her wisdom. And we want to acknowledge her too, to say thank you for being the conduit, as she has helped in so much, has she not?
Oh, she's been awesome. And there you go.
Correct.
You see, she was put in that particular place. It's just so aligned.
Correct. So she may not feel the calling to be with all of you, as this is the land that she resides in. It's as simple as you saying to Michelle, we're going to Johannesburg, let's ride a taxi. And Michelle says, why would I want to do that? I lived in that chaos for a long time. So she has played her part beautifully. Do you see how the information was delivered?
Yeah.
And as the information was delivered, everyone has come to the party.
Yes.
So she may not join you on every single day. And she already knows this within her wisdom. Yet she is ready to show up in the way that she already has. So we please acknowledge her and thank her for her part of being this team.
Thank you. Yeah, we certainly were. Well, the very last thing just before we finish off is, should we start preparing for taking a group to South Africa on safari?
150,000%.
Right. Because I've been feeling the way I felt such a pull for Hawaii. I'm now also feeling a huge pull
So
to
now that you are
Africa.
excited about Hawaii, we will drop the time for you, Jill. So Hawaii is in February. There is a calling. There is a definite desire. There is a definite pull for Africa to be launched within
Yes.
the next 3 months. Not to be going to Africa. We see Africa as as the Americans would say, the fall.
That's exactly how I saw it.
Correct.
Yes.
Do you
Yeah.
see how in sync we all
Wow.
are?
Yeah.
So please plan for them. We
Okay.
thank you.
Okay, that's wonderful. So as we finish off this beautiful session, is there anything you'd like to say to all the listeners before we finish today?
Be the portal of light. When you show up in your portal of light, it is as simple as, and we have shared this many times before, smile at another human being. Reach out to another human being. Text another human being. Ask, is there anything that you can help with? As this is where the deep connection lies within the ley lines. Interconnectedness. And now humans are learning to interconnect once again. We thank you, Joel.
Thank you, and thank you so much for Michelle's time today. Thanks, Michelle, for being here for us. I really appreciate it so much.
And may we please extend our thanks to Michelle too
Yes.
for the amount of indifferences, yet collectiveness of the change within the voice box. It is within the vibration of the voice box, as you are well aware, Jill.
Yes.
The portal of light. We thank you, Jill.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And until we meet again, that was so much fun. Okay.
Thank you.
And Michelle, you know the drill. 1, 2, 3. I almost felt like saying, come back to your tree. Open up those big, beautiful brown eyes, disconnect from the energy, and welcome back. Welcome back.
Yo. Oh, yo, I just have to stretch. Oh. Yo. Oh, wow. I almost can't stand. I'm like, can't you just leave me here? This is just awesome.
And look, I'm already in Hawaii
I know.
with a jersey.
Oh, wow. That was beautiful, Jilly. Yo.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, eh? Sure. Incredible. Thank you for those beautiful questions. Wow.
I just love the way they got me to help you get into your hypnotic state today, because it was so, I thought, why are they doing it this way? And now we can see why. Hey, it was just like,
Sure. I'm going to have to re-listen to this because that was, excuse me, so incredible. Wow. And I'm trying to think of how there's a god in an Egyptian god. You know how they wear like they've got that headdress that comes down,
yes,
and that's how. And I want to, and then they wear those. I want to call it like a skirt. I
yes,
feel like I've got to find it, but anyway, it's they showed me when we were around the second pyramid that there was all these lights, these transmitters of lights, and these gods were really pacing around the pyramid, but massive, tall, and they had these lights, but there's definitely something in that second pyramid that just feels heavy. I can't explain it. It just feels like it's there, and it feels like almost like tar. you
Like
know.
it's,
Yes, yes. And that's
you need to get some sleep.
no, I'm actually really probably, I don't know, but now I'm just going to look quickly. There's a god, gods of Egypt, because I just want to see if it's who is the most powerful Egyptian god. Oh, that's Ra, god of sun. Okay. Now, interesting enough, I received something. Oh, that's it. Hold on. I just have to see that. Ra is one of the most important deities in ancient Egyptian mythology and is considered the god of the sun, creation, and life. He was worshipped as the king of all the gods and was often depicted as the man with a falcon head wearing a sun disk on his head. But it's like that coming down. There's something about that. I'm just looking. Okay, so there's 11 Egyptian gods and goddesses. Osiris, bronze figurine of the late period in the Egyptian Museum.
Ask
Horus,
for the images. If you press the image, then you'll see the pictures in maybe that'll, and then you'll go, oh yeah. Do you see what I mean?
yeah, let me just see.
Images of those gods.
Oh, they're giving me a movie right now. Gods of Egypt. Let me just have a look at the names, and I feel like I'll get goosebumps when I talk about the names. So
Okay.
there's Isis. That's one that I can feel. Horus, Seth, Ptah. I don't know how to say Ptah. PTE. Let me just see. 11. Hold on. I'm going to just go into it a bit more. Oh, there's a long. Okay. No, not that one. Hold on. No, that's Osiris. No. Hold on.
Go,
Just show me
yeah,
pictures.
just go through with your eyes like you,
Isis.
like a scanner, and you'll
Yeah.
just go, whoo.
Isis is one of them.
Yes.
Definitely. Like I can feel that. Not Horus. Seth. Let me just see. Not Seth. Seth I feel in my heart big time. Ra. Hathor. That's
Oh, I
it.
know. I went like this with Hathor. Whoo.
Okay, hold on. Let me just find you again. What did you do with Hathor?
I just, as soon as you said Hathor, my whole body goes, ooh.
Okay. Okay. Let me go back. Let me just find it quickly. Hathor. Okay. Hathor embodied motherhood and fertility, and it was believed that she protected women in childbirth. She has also had an important funerary aspect, being known as the Lady of the West. Tombs were generally built on the west bank of the Nile. In some traditions, she would welcome the setting sun every night. Living people hope to be welcomed into the afterlife in some way. Then there's Anubis, okay, the care of the dead. That is Jackal, as a man with the head of the jackal. That's kind of like maybe Thoth. I know you're very connected to Thoth.
And Anubis and Thoth with me. Yeah. Ra,
Okay.
Anubis, Thoth, and Hermes. Yeah.
Bastet. It's a head of a lion or a wild cat. I'm feeling Bastet. Okay. Amon.
Like Amon Ra. Yeah.
Okay. Amon. Wow. Okay. So that's, gosh, I'm going to have to.
Amon Ra's big.
Yes, Amon was a god of the air, and the name probably means the hidden one. He was usually represented a man wearing a crown with two vertical plumes. His animal symbols were the ram and the goose. Wow, that's incredible. I'll have to share this page with you, Julie.
And the ram is Aries, and Aries always comes first. It's a leader.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's incredible. I keep saying incredible, but it just felt, wow, that was an incredible session. I'm just still feeling it. There was something else now with, I want to say Isis, but not Isis. What else did they share? I'm feeling all feels right now. I feel like I'm like, just like, right there, you know? Like in that portal. Oh, wow. Incredible, hey? What are you feeling?
Oh, now I'm just excited now that I've handed over. Now that I don't have to feel this responsibility, it's like, bring on the party.
But isn't it amazing how they share that? And it's such a simple way of looking at life, you know. I mean, we've got our beautiful friend Sandy or Sandesh, and I mean Sandy looks after the planes. He looks after he makes sure the planes are all interconnected and looked after, and it's such a beautiful way of if you think about it, there's him. You know, often when I'm sitting in a plane and I'm sitting at a window seat and I look and I watch, especially when I'm flying out of Nelson, we fly with those old propeller planes. And I watch, often for some incredible reason or insane reason, I watch how when we're taking off and I see how the
Wings.
the wings, but the wheels go back in to the plane.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I watch it and I think, shit, like somebody's actually pumped those wheels up to carry us, you know, and then somebody's actually developed that little part of the plane that the wheels go into the plane, you know, and I watch the mechanism, how and it's just an incredible way to see how we just give back and everything's part of everything, isn't it?
Yeah. That's why I always say, and I know I'm getting boring, we know none of us do this alone. So you can't say, oh, look at
No.
me, I'm the chief, I'm the commander. No, commander
I
of
know we
what?
that
Like,
is I know.
seriously, how can you be a commander unless there's somebody to so-called command? Then you're a nothing, right?
I know.
So
Hey?
who gives you the power to be a
Yes.
commander? The
Yes.
people,
Yes. So
right?
true. Well,
So the
isn't this
people are the
yes.
power, and the
Yes.
commander is there, I think, as a gift. It's
Mm-hmm.
absolutely, you should be humbled to be a
Mm-hmm.
chief or a commander,
Mm-hmm.
right? And if you
Mm-hmm.
are really a true commander and a chief, you shouldn't have to say, look at me, at
Mm.
all.
Mm.
Because you are nothing without the others.
Well, that's the ego, isn't it? That's the ego
Yeah,
saying, look at me, I've got you all." And it's like, no, we wouldn't be where we are if we didn't have people commenting and saying, "Thank you for doing this work," and we love it. I absolutely love this time.
I love it. And I'm thinking, there's a brain surgeon. And people go, oh my gosh, he's a brain surgeon. Yes, but without your brain being able to operate.
Absolutely. Well, you've just reminded me, and I think my phone's over there. I'm going to take us. I'm going to flick the switch quickly to because this goes back to, and it's just dropped back in again to Ra. Okay, this was sent to me. Now you got me onto following, and this is awesome because I love when people say to me, "Are you watching this person?" But Robert E. Grant, you got me onto Robert E. Grant, which I
He's
just adore.
amazing. People
I
should
just
really
adore
listen
him.
to his addressing the Vatican Council. I think they have a meeting there once a year or whatever, and he was asked to speak. People, if you go to Robert Edward Grant's Instagram page and have a look at his speech at the Vatican, oh my gosh, fantastic.
Well, listen to this now, because my friend Patty, who you'll meet in Egypt, she sent this to me about Robert E. Gra the other day, and it's just a short that's on, I don't know what this is, but anyway, on October the 21st to the 23rd every year, the sun breaks through a long corridor, lighting up the back wall of the Abu symbol. And it only happens those three days of the year. And he's actually, I mean, this must have been last year, I suppose, because he's put it onto his page. But he just talks about the energy and I'd highly recommend you guys go and have a look at it. But I was like, oh, like I felt this pull of like, oh my God. But it makes such sense because he talks about Ra, and then we're arriving the 24th, 25th. And then, but you see how beautiful it all just interleads?
And guess what? You just said about Hathor, the feminine and the birthing, right?
Yes.
And then the Egyptian chap said, when he found out we wanted to be there on the 26th to do the activation, he said, no surprises there. Something about Venus and Cancer or Libra and Cancer or something coming together. Strong feminine energy.
Oh wow. And you yeah, it's full
And
moon.
and on top of that, the femininity the feminine is giving rise to new cycles of creation and birth. It's birthing.
Wow.
And feminines, they don't like war. We don't like war. We're creating humans with the male who gives us the sperm, but we are the ones that are carrying, and we know how precious it is because we've held that for 9 months. We don't want that gorgeous little girl or little boy to go off to war and get decimated. So maybe I'm being told that this activation is a birth of the new creation of peace,
That's gorgeous. Wow.
to bring in an era of the golden age for peace, for humanity to have the sweetness of what it is to be human, to work together in unity.
Wow. That's gorgeous, eh? Sure. I just feel that in my heart, big time. Ooh. And we also have, believe it or not, we have a lunar eclipse, which I'm just busy trying to find right now, because another friend of mine in Norway, she said to me, Michelle, it's by no mistake, coincidence that you're in Egypt over a full moon, and it's a lunar eclipse. I don't know what that means. I'm trying to research.
Neither do I.
That's on the 28th of October.
And we'll still be there. So
Yeah.
that's why your chaps upstairs, your team, maybe gave us really, they know what they're doing, okay? We've just got to get out perhaps we just need to get out of our own way.
Yeah.
And follow that gut. Hey.
For sure. It all comes together in the way that it does. And I've been absolutely blown away as to the support, that everybody's come to us and said, thank you so much, and wish we could be there with you. And that's part of the energy. Everybody's in it. Yeah.
They are. And Michi Moo, I couldn't think of anyone to have much more fun with than you, because we just laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh. Hey,
I know.
It's like, oh my gosh, for such a treat to spend all that time with you.
Oh, that's a beautiful compliment, Julie. I know I drive you mad a lot of the times, and
No, you don't. You just make me laugh.
oh, that's awesome. That's what life's about, eh? Because you know what? And it's something Brent and I were talking about over the weekend, and I've been saying to a few of my clients this week. We have forgotten at times. I most certainly forgot. I took my spiritual journey so seriously that I forgot how to laugh.
Yes.
I did. And I drove my husband mad, hey guys. I drove him mad because he was just like, you and your spiritual people, you're so freaking serious. What about enjoying life? And I'm like, maybe there's something in that, And I used to get pissed off with him because I was like, but at least some of us are doing what we've got to do and why we've come here. And then I realized, actually, we've got to laugh more, man.
Literally lighten up, eh?
Literally light. Exactly. Literally switch on the light. Blink,
Yes,
So,
lighten up.
exactly.
Well, I better leave you. The breeze is calling me.
Yeah, I can see the wind in your hair. Can you not see I'm coming to join you?
We're being silly.
Funny. I know.
Oh, so guys, just to let you know, Michelle and I obviously will be in Hawaii. You've heard about that now. And Blessed Star is joining us, and Laura and Peter Emmons and Alba and Sabrina. And it's going to be from the second meet and greet on this Friday night, I think the 2nd of Feb.
2nd of
And,
February.
and then we'll hold it from the 3rd to the 7th.
Yeah.
And we're busy putting the itinerary together at the moment.
Yeah.
So, as you know, she's got like 79,000 subscribers. Once they go out, it's just going to go like this. I think we can take maybe 150, but definitely 100. So just watch Alba's website
Yeah.
or YouTube, or we'll get told and we'll tell you. And it's going to be the quick and the dead. But don't they say that, the quick and the dead, whatever that means. So if you're supposed to be there, guys, we'll see you. Okay. So look forward to it, and big hugs, even me.
So we share the story of Earth Masters? Can I share it with Ben? Ben Love.
Go for it.
Okay. So this is kind of like a myth where I was like, oh man, for a long time in these spiritual journeys, people are like, we can't hug, and because we pick up on other people's energy, and I'm like, what? Just bring it in. Like I can't buy into that BS. Okay. Anyway, so obviously I had spoken about this very openly with Jill on this platform.
Because I can chat online, but when it comes to meeting people, I get a bit shy. So I don't do, oh, let me just love you. Well, I haven't till now.
Yes, well, until a few months ago. So acknowledging Jilly for this, okay, and so basically when we launched Earth Masters, which was in Wanaka, and that was just over a month ago, one of the beautiful guys came up to Jill and said, Jilly, I believe you don't hug. So can I give you a hug? And I just packed out laughing as I do.
No, not can I give it to you. So I'm giving you a hug right now because I know how much you don't want to be hugged.
And clearly I had a moment. I was like, okay, let me watch this right in my face. Here we go. Oh, funny.
But I wasn't discomforted.
No.
I wasn't discomforted.
No, exactly. So basically what she's saying, guys, is she's preparing her body for 100 hugs. And if she has a moment, you just squeeze her. I'm giving you full permission to just grab her and squeeze her. Oh, God. Oh, you see, we got to laugh.
That's why she's trouble with a capital T. I swear that's why she's come into my life. So that I can stop having a rod and just like relax a bit.
Yeah, exactly. That you can fluff. I'm going to fluff you up, like they said. You're the shepherd and I'm the sheep, and you can fluff me up, but I'm going to fluff you up. Okay, guys. Thank you, Jenny.
Guys.
Thank you for your great questions, and thank you for this was a really beautiful session for me. I'm so excited for what's to come. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, guys, and we'll see you again.
Love you guys.